Yep, that's the slow clap. I'm giving Michael Bay the slow clap because this is a genuine attempt from Michael Bay to be an actual director. I haven't seen that in years, if not decades. Good job, Michael Bay. Credit where credit's due. "13 Hours." So 13 Hours is a biographical war picture by Michael Bay. This can't go wrong. It's set in 2012 and it's the story of a military security team who had to fight off an attack on an American embassy in Benghazi. And I was going into this movie and I was nervous as shit, man. I was like, oh God. I know Michael Bay is gonna try, but trying and succeeding, two different things. But as you saw from the slow clap, dude actually pulled something off here. First of all, the performance is really good. John Krasinski does a great job in this movie. It's like he's cut John Krasinski now. He's no longer a skinny nerd from The Office. He's like a military guy now in the last couple movies I've seen him in. Even the supporting cast. I mean, this is a nervous kind of thing. Michael Bay doesn't have the greatest track record of actually doing service to a real military story, or even a real story that has to do with criminals and shitheads where the families of the victims are actually still alive and maybe they might not like it. But when the shit is going down and they're holed up in this building and they just have to fight off the waves, it's really intense. It kind of reminded me, not as good as, but kind of reminded me of the feeling of Black Hawk Down. It's funny because one of the guys in this movie actually addresses that. He's like, Black Hawk Down, man. But it was pretty intense. Michael Bay still has those explosions that have the tracer fireworks. I don't know why he keeps using that shit. But again, this is when it is going down. The build up to it has some action sequences that uses unnecessary shaky cam. I mean, guys, come on. We're coming fresh off of J.J. Abrams and Alejandro Gonzalez Inarritu. We have seen action sequences that have movement that don't use shaky cam. It's okay to do that now. Please frame up your shots and shit. I don't want to feel like I'm throwing up when I'm watching a movie. But it doesn't happen throughout the entire movie. Like I said, when it's going down, the embassy is being attacked. The cameras steady up a bit and you can actually enjoy it. And that's the thing a movie like this is gonna thrive on, is tension. I mean, feeling like you are on the battlefield with them, where you're like, I don't know if we're gonna make it through this. And when I was watching it, that's what I felt like. I felt like I was on the battlefield. I didn't know if we were gonna make it through it. There are some moments of Michael Bay's fingerprint, which is some of the awkward humor in this movie. To be clear, there's nothing like John Turturro and Transformers in this movie. It never becomes a cartoon, but still, there are elements and fragments of that Michael Bay fingerprint where you're like, you just couldn't help yourself, could you? Which, when he's not trying to do that and he just has character banter, that's all he needs to do. Like, there's this guy who's not really a military guy. He doesn't know how to use a gun, and he keeps, like, when he's talking to this guy, he keeps waving the gun past his face. He's like, can you stop waving your gun past my face? Fucking amateur hour here. And the way he executed that, it made me chuckle. I was like, awesome. That's what you should do, Michael Bay. Don't try so hard. When you try, it's not funny anymore. But that banter was actually pretty good. If for nothing else, 13 Hours is proof that Michael Bay is able to listen to his fans. He has that ability to listen and adapt. People had gripes, and I feel like this movie is like, hey, look, I listen to your gripes, and I don't always do shit. Except for those damn firework explosions. This movie was exciting. It had good acting. It had good tension. The runtime is a bit long. I feel like you could have shaved off a bit in the buildup. I feel like Michael Bay deserves credit for showing that he can be an actual director. So just keep doing this, and people won't hate you, Michael Bay. 13 Hours was an intense time that paid respect to the soldiers involved in the situation. It deserves credit. And I'll say 13 Hours is a solid good time. No alcohol required. I never thought I'd say that. I'm kind of on a high right now. It's like Michael Bay made a movie that entertained me. What? All right, guys, so 13 Hours. Have you seen it? What did you think about it? Whatever you thought, comment below. Let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.